At this show, we talk about controversial stuff. So we're going to go straight to it. Biggest upset. What do you think?
The biggest upset, and I have to mention this just because I know a majority of Toronto Maple Leafs fans saw this game unfold, and it was brutal. Like, James, I don't know if you remember this game. It was Boston Bruins versus the Toronto Maple Leafs, Game 7. Toronto Maple Leafs were leading 4-1, and they blew it. They lost the game. And it was honestly one of the craziest games ever because it went to overtime. The Leafs looked like they were going to take it. It was a tied series. If they won this game, they would have gone to the next round. But unfortunately, they folded. Third period, they lost it. They just collapsed, just in good old Toronto style. Just that last bit, last quarter, last period, we just don't know how to keep it together, even though we're winning. It's just one of those games. Even though we're leading, I know in my heart somehow we will mess up. And so that game is one of the biggest upsets.
All right, biggest upset for me is men's basketball team, 2018 Virginia team, lost to University of Maryland, Baltimore County. And that was, for me, that's the biggest upset ever because this is the first time a number 1 team got beaten by a number 16 in the NCAA tournament. First and last in the NCAA tournament. That never happened ever. You've seen 15 against second. That happened multiple times. But first and 16, led by Kyle Guy, and they just blew it. And this is the team that looks perfect. Lost in the first round.
Wow.
It's an NCAA tournament that never happened ever. There's some close games with Villanova back in the day, but this thing never happened. So that's a Cinderella story.
Did anybody from that team get drafted?
Yeah, Kyle Guy is in NBA right now, but it's just crazy because you never, everyone's, people bet on brackets, NCAA brackets and all that stuff. It's gone.
Yep.
Like no one has a perfect one.
and that's a great thing about NCAA. It's just because you never know. At any given day, someone can light up. And you don't leave anybody open. Someone will hit a 3-point shot.
Exactly.
Half court and make it in. And it's the worst because it will drill you straight in the art. And you know what? College basketball is different just because there's more passion. Like people are playing with their hearts. Like even the fans are in it.
Good thing about this story, that's why I picked this one, is because the next year they won the NCAA championship. Virginia won it, so led by Kyle Guy again, all those players, and that's a Cinderella story. Because they expected to win the year before. They kind of got cocky or something, and the next year they won it all.
Yeah. Good.
Do you have anything?
You know what? Honorable mention, I would have to say for every Filipino that's out there, and I had to mention this, and I thought I was going to say it was going to be my pick, but I changed last minute. Manny Pacquiao versus Timothy Bradley. Oh my gosh! That was bad. That was the time Manny was on a streak, and no one could touch this man. And I remember watching that fight at home and thinking to myself, I'm like, hey, he's gonna take it. Another win for the good guys. And then all of a sudden, look what happened, man. The judges swung it the other way, and we lost. And I was trying to find someone to blame.
Who did you blame that time?
My Tito Bachingchong. He had one bad eye, so we blamed him. He had no idea what was going on. He goes, Tito Bachingchong, it's your fault, okay?
You didn't see it.
You did not see the light. It was bad for you and bad for us. So this is what happened. I blame Tito Bachingchong for that loss. And to this day, he still doesn't know why I'm not talking to him. So, any honorable mentions?
Let's say the Jeff Horn one. I think Pacquiao should have won that. There's a lot of controversial fights when it comes to Pacquiao. He's supposed to win the fight, but somehow, some way, end up losing it. And we talk about CJ Ross, which is the Timothy Bradley, and that person is well known for giving wrong scores to same thing with Canelo and Mayweather. He gave Canelo an edge compared to when he lost every round against Mayweather. So
Yeah.
that's the kind of thing that kind of like upset me. Biggest upset.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, that's one of Jeff Horn is one of them. So do you have anything else?
I'm loaded up. Oh, actually, I was gonna mention Matt Serra versus GSP. That was another big upset.
Yeah.
And we never thought Matt Serra could have pulled it. We thought that GSP was gonna go in there and dominate when he dropped him, and I think he dropped him in the first. And we were like, oh my goodness,
Got him wobbling.
Wobbly knees, and he won the fight. It was like unheard of. That was like in sports history, especially for Canada, because I mean that was the rise of GSP. We're like, there was nobody that can touch this man. And look,
people put him in as a GOAT. So like that shows that he is a normal person.